y'all. Welcome to another episode of Sound Art in Life. My name is Adewale Booker Jr. Please review us, rate us, give us a 5-star. Don't be a hater. Today, we're going to talk about superheroes collide. So, superheroes from different universes, the Karjakz Assassin universe, Blade, Black Panther, Green Lantern, Storm, Wolverine, Iron Man, you name it. They're going to be fighting each other, y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a versus show. And I got a special guest here today. But before we do all that, we got to thank our sponsors and pay these bills. This podcast is brought to you by A4 Capital Consulting, growing good business anywhere and everywhere. Let A4 Capital Consulting take your business to the next level. That's A4CapitalConsulting.com for details, y'all. That's A4CapitalConsulting.com for details. And this podcast is also brought to you by Anadel Foot and Ankle. Don't live with foot pain. Let Anadel Foot and Ankle make your feet happy again. That's AnadelCenter.com for details, y'all. That's AnadelCenter.com for details. Today we got a special guest. He's like a big brother to me. He knows a lot about the whole Colliade Assassin universe. He probably can tell you more about it. And I'm the creator. This guy, man, he's intelligent, charismatic. He's been a real supporter of my corner, man, from the beginning. He's probably anybody he's bought the most Colliade Assassin universe. He's not interested in nothing else when it comes to my table. Where the Colliade Assassin's at, I gotta get it. He's got the tank top. He does. There's nothing I haven't sold that he doesn't have. And he's waiting on that book. Believe me, he's waiting on that book. So Ahmad Williams, man, how you doing?
I'm blessed, man. How about yourself?
It's good. It's good to have you on, man. Last time I had you, I remember this episode specifically, episode 42. That was one of the best shows I've ever had. My mother even called me about it. She's like, man, who was that dude that was on the show? I was like, yeah, that's Ahmad, man. Like, he did so. I said, yeah, he did so good because he knows the stuff better than I do. One of the reasons why I wanted you on today was because I felt like you were the best person for this because superheroes collide, right? You got different heroes facing each other. And I kind of wanted us to be like representative of each side. I was going to get one side. You were going to get one side. And when I brought the idea up to you, it's like, oh, yeah, let's do that. That sounds like a really good idea. And I chose you because you have as much knowledge, if not more, than I do. So we're going to get this thing cracking, man. We're going to start at the bottom going up. And it's going to shock a lot of people that who's fighting who on this thing, man. So first off is Mantis versus Spider-Man. Where do you see that, man? You're representing Spider-Man. I'm representing Mantis. So I'm going to let you go first because, you're the guest.
Actually, no, before I go first, if you don't mind, for the viewers, could you please expound on Mantis? Because a lot of people are going to be mistaken and they're going to think about the MCU Mantis. I want you to tell them precisely who you got with the original Mantis, where you got that from, so people can follow us better.
Oh, yeah. So for y'all who don't know, Mantis is this superhero from the 1990s, played by Carl Lumbly. He was the first African-American superhero on TV show that I had ever seen. And he was a doctor, right? And what happened to him, I guess he was coming out of his car and somebody tried to rob him and shot him. And so he became paralyzed. And then, so, out of that misery, out of that bad situation, it's like, I'm going to create a suit that's going to help me walk. But then he realized, wait a minute, this suit can help me do more than just walk. It's got bulletproof. It basically, everything you can do as a human, it makes you enhanced, like 100-fold. So he's strong enough to pick up a tank. He can jump higher than a 90-story building. He's bulletproof. He's got all kinds of technology in the suit. I mean, it was just, and then he's got the coolest vehicle. One of the first I ever saw, the Chrysalis. This thing could fly, man. It would come out from under the ocean and go up in the air. Man, it was just in fact, I just watched the entire season again. Man, you got me amped up just thinking about this, man. I mean, and what was great about it was that it was an African-American. Like, this brother was not your stereotypical superhero. He was like Black Lightning before Black Lightning came out. Because one of the things I liked a lot about Black Lightning was that he was not a criminal hero. Because what happens usually with our African-American superheroes, they criminalize you, then they make you a hero. Whereas he was just a hero from the gate. Like, he dealt with a tragedy that he got, but he brought something good out of that tragedy. So that's Mantis, man. If you can't find it, you can find it on either Amazon or you're gonna have to buy it. But it was just like incredible. I just watched all 22 episodes one season, and it's unheard of to have a show like that. It was so futuristic. Like, they could have chosen a white guy to play that role, but they chose Carl Lumbly. And that's usually the go-to, choose a white guy, but they chose him. And of course, Carl Lumbly is a great actor too. So he's the voice of Manhunter. He was on Falcon versus Winter Soldier. If you've never watched that, just done so many great things. But I was so proud that he did such a great job. And then to top it off, the show was very diverse. So I never felt like he was isolated on the show.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So, it was just an incredible character, man. So that's Mantis. For who don't know about it, that's Mantis, man. It ain't who you thinking. Nope. It's somebody else. So Mantis versus Spider-Man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, I love that synopsis that you gave, and I love the passion. You know, that's one of the things, you know, that I was first drawn to you when I saw you at your booth and everything. You know, it actually pulled me in because your enthusiasm. You can see that passion that you have, you know, about your art. You know, and you know that's one of the reasons why when you say, "Hey, come on the show and let's do this," I said, "Let's make it happen." Now back to this battle right here. Now, of course, it is an all-time classic. You know, Spider-Man, and of
Yeah.
course, quite people familiar with Spider-Man. Um, on this one's gonna be a tough one for me. I'm gonna have to really have to dig deep to try to find a way how Spider-Man could actually beat Mantis. One of the things I would say that Spider-Man actually has in his that actually he could benefit from, because I don't think that he'd be too much stronger than Mantis. I don't really even think that, even though Spider-Man is he's almost on genius level, but I don't think that he has the in the comics. I'll put it like that. He doesn't have the creativity like
Right.
Mantis.
Right.
Now, I think that his spider sense would cause major difficulties for Mantis. But if Mantis was to find a way around that, I mean, I don't know. But I think that Spider-Man would have to keep this at a distance with his webs, and also he would have to see about using his spider sense to try to make sure he could counter anything that Mantis throws at him.
Huh, that's funny you say that, because you talk about distance. Mantis actually has these darts that he fires from his arms. They paralyze you. So if he hits you with that dart, it's game over. You are right. They're equal in strength. I think the edge that Mantis has is he has technology, but there's also another caveat too. Is Spider-Man fighting as the Spider-Man regular, or is he fighting with the Tony Stark armor? You know what I mean? So,
we're just going with regular. We're just going.
We're gonna go regular. And if it's regular, I mean, I think this could be like a draw. I don't want to be like I feel like it could be a draw because you got two special individuals. One's using technology, one's not using technology. Of course, a lot of people are going to say though, but Mantis is kind of paralyzed without the suit. But when he's wearing the suit, he's not paralyzed. So, I mean, like I said, he's got these darts, he's got super strength, and also his helmet is like a visor and offers technology. He can shoot rays from it. He can scan things. So Spider, he might negate that spider sense. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like there's gonna be a lot of negations going on over there. So right there could be a draw, but I wanted him in this battle because I was like, wait a minute, I can't have no superheroes collide, and Mantis is not in this. And it's a chance for a lot of people to know somebody who's a classic. So
very much so.
And Spider-Man jumped this thing off. At the second coming up at number 11, I want to call it. It's Spawn versus Ghost Rider. I know that one probably shocked you when you said like, how are these two dudes gonna go at it?
Come on now, that's some heavy hitters right there. I mean, on all kinds of levels. You know, man, Ghost Rider. I mean, another classic right there. Soon enough, hopefully, it'll be coming into the MCU. But for Ghost Rider, I think one of the things about that with Ghost Rider, which once again, I don't know if it'd be able to work. Matter of fact, I know it wouldn't work against Spawn. Is I mean, his special move, his Hellfire.
The penance stare. The penance stare.
Exactly. Yes. That really would. I don't think that would really work against Spawn. So the best that he could. Oh man, I think that this would really have to. The way that I think that Ghost Rider would only be able to win is if they were fighting in like a dimension where Ghost Rider powers was enhanced. Because following Spawn, I mean, they even made it where Spawn even actually took over, you know, heaven and hell. You know, I mean, exactly. I mean, and that's where Ghost Rider is actually getting a lot of his abilities from. So I mean, if you can control where this individual is getting his powers from and things like that, I mean, there's nothing really that you can do to surpass that. I mean, even if you go to Spawn, even in an earthly sense, I mean, wow, that's a very tough one. Me personally, I know I'm supposed to be here rooting for my side of the road, but I honestly would have to just say this is hands down. This is going to Spawn. I mean, I know that there's going to be some backlash on that, but I would debate other people about why I would say that Spawn would win this one. But I mean,
you're like, I'm gonna take this L, man. I'm gonna go ahead and take this L.
I got to, you know, this is just how it is.
I mean, I don't know. You know, you with Spawn, right? Because he can do so many things. He's got the cape.
Yes.
The cape. His costume is not even a costume. It's like armor.
Yes.
And it's literally, unless you're Malboja, you're not penetrating that costume. It's like I don't know how to explain it. Man. It's like a death cloth or something, man. You know what I'm saying? The guy is already dead. He doesn't care. And of course, Ghost Rider doesn't care too, but not at the level that Spawn doesn't care. And Spawn, of course, is flame-proof. So really, the only thing Ghost Rider can do to Spawn is with the chain, set it on fire. But if he's trying to set Spawn on fire, what's that gonna do? Spawn's used to heat.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So the last thing Ghost Rider would need was for Spawn to take that cape and cover him up completely with it. Because if you remember from the movie back in the day with Michael J. White, right? If you remember that movie, Spawn he turned his whole body into like this sharp object, and then Violator like drove the truck into it. I'm like, what in the hell? So not only can Spawn deflect heat, but that cape creates all kinds of shape. And I think in a way it's magnetized actually. Am I correct? So I don't know if I set up Ghost Rider for failure, but I don't know. He's gonna catch a beat down on this one. Right?
Yeah, this one wouldn't even be a close one, to be honest.
This would not be a contest. I think you're right. I'm agree with you, man. I think Spawn takes this one, man. So Spawn's gonna take this one. Next up at number 10, because nobody's ever seen a list with 12 fighters. And you're about to see it now. Green Lantern, John Stewart. Let me be specific. Green Lantern, John Stewart versus Silver Slider. Go ahead, counselor.
All right, Silver Surfer. Now this one I can make an argument about, because Silver Surfer can actually, he can fly, and I'm just going to go over some of his strengths. He can fly faster than the speed of light. Right. So even before Green Lantern could even get a thought off, right, he could be on him. And then also, a lot of people don't understand some of the things that even his board can just do. His board can observe energy and things like that. So this one right here, I'm really gonna battle. And I love John Stewart, but I really got to battle for Silver Surfer, because there's so many things that Silver Surfer can do, hands down, that people just take for granted.
Wow, you are right. Because I don't think that movie, Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer, did him justice. No, obviously, once again, this is me not being a Fox hater, but I hate when they make superhero movies. They suck at it. Right. They got no business making any superhero movies. They don't know what they're doing. I mean, think of any X-Men was trash. All the entire complete series except for Logan and I'm thinking of Logan and X-Men First Class. The rest of them were trash. I felt like I was watching Marshmallows. I mean, Green Lantern, John Stewart, of course, he's my favorite Green Lantern. He's a brother, for those who are trying to figure that out. He's the fan favorite of all the Green Lanterns. Not Al Jordan, that corny guy that keeps trying to force down everybody's throat in movies. Not the one that Ryan Reynolds played, but John Stewart, voiced by Phil Lamar, I believe, is voiced on the Green Lantern TV show. John Stewart, Green Lantern. Of course, the Green Lantern has major powers, but most of his powers starts from that ring, right? Imagination, manipulation, flight, shield. But as you said, though, Silver Surfer thinks at the speed of light, whereas Green Lantern thinks at the speed of thought. Of course, the thoughts have to go into the ring. I'm not saying that Green Lantern is going to get annihilated, but it's going to be a close fight. But Silver Surfer is going to get him, because it's just like in a comic book. I don't even remember Marvel versus DC, the 4-issue show. I was just thinking about that, because I had an episode back maybe about, I think it was episode 62, no, maybe 61, and I was so mad when Silver Surfer beat Al Jordan. But then I got to realize, wait a minute, Al Jordan sucks. If he had been fighting John Stewart, this would be a whole different fight. You know what I mean? So I mean, I'm gonna have to agree, and I'm representing Green Lantern John Stewart. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think Silver Surfer is gonna take him. I mean,
the other time I'll take him. I'd agree with you on Green Lantern, but it's just that Silver Surfer is one of those guys. He can just do so much. But I love the versatility of the Green Lantern, but it's just, I mean, the Silver Surfer, he can even has the ability where he can absorb the powers, like I said, the matter manipulation, and so many, I mean, just so many different levels. I mean, Silver Surfer can just do.
And we're not talking about just any Green Lantern. We're talking about the best Green Lantern, John Stewart. So if he can take this L, what's he gonna do to the other Green Lanterns? Because it ain't gonna be Kyle Rayner, it ain't gonna be Kilowog, it ain't gonna be Laura, it ain't gonna be Sinestro, it ain't gonna be none of them. It ain't gonna be Abansur. You know what I mean? So Green Lantern John Stewart being the greatest Green Lantern of all time, he's gonna have to take this L, man. So I'm gonna dock it down on the list, man. Silver Surfer wins, and Green Lantern John Stewart gets the L, man. I mean, it's just what it is. You know what I mean? So next one, this one's a tough one. It's an odd one too, because the reason why I brought it over is because I remember this video game, Marvel versus Capcom. I was like, okay. I was like, you know what? Ryu versus Captain America. This is weird. It's like Chi versus Super Soldier. So, sir, counselor, state your case for Captain America.
All right, for Captain America. As we know, he has superhuman strength. He has his shield, of vibranium. He runs at top level speeds for a human. Matter of fact, all of his human skills are at peak form. It's gonna be difficult to really get past that shield. I mean, it's a defensive weapon, but he used it as offense as well. So
okay, I see your case. So now we got Ryu. Of course, he's got chi, he's got the beam, he's got the hurricane kick, he's got the dragon punch. This is a weird fight because I'm more visualizing it from literally the video game perspective, like everything Ryu can do to Captain America. I mean, I'm not trying to be a homer, but I can't even see how Captain America gets past Ryu's defenses because Ryu doesn't have to go get him. He can fight him from distance. You know what I'm saying? He's got the hurricane kick, and if he gets him the hurricane kick, that's like 40 punches, 40 kicks in one. It's like a hurricane, literally.
Exactly.
Man, honestly, it's gonna be a very close fight, but Ryu's gonna take him. I mean, I don't know if you agree with that. Ryu's eventually gonna get him because, and of course, you gotta think about that too. Ryu is actually an actual better fighter.
Yes,
he's a better fighter. All the multiple skills he has, whether it's taekwondo, karate, jiu-jitsu. He's got multiple different fighting ways of jeet kune do. And then not to mention he's my favorite Street Fighter too. Ryu's the man. You know what I mean? So I mean Captain America, of course, with all the multiple things he can do, he's got, like you said, everything he can do is peak of a human being. But what is Captain America without that? If you take away that shield, because that shield's going to eventually leave his arm, right? Because we saw what Thanos did in the movie. Thanos destroyed that shield. I couldn't believe what I was seeing when he was destroyed. I was like, what in the, you know what I mean? But Ryu's going to get him, man. Ryu's going to have to give him that hot L. So,
I would even say with Ryu, I would even go as regards to, even if you look at from the perspective when he threw the shield at the Winter Soldier, and then Winter Soldier had caught it. Now all Ryu has to do is just deflect that or just move out of the way. Once he gets on him, that's pretty much a wrap. Yeah,
it's a wrap. He's gonna go up in there close and do some damage. I mean, can you imagine Ryu up on him with the dragon punch? We're talking about a 16 hit punch. You're like just drilling him. And I mean, and then of course hit him with the hurricane kick. You know what I'm saying? The trap punch. I mean, we're not trying to be a homer, but Ryu, I know a lot of people are gonna be like, "This is gonna be controversy. How's Captain America gonna lose to Ryu? Easy, because Ryu's a better fighter. What kind of question is that?"
That's it.
You know what I mean? So we're not over here picking sides. We're just over here telling the truth. You take it how you want to. We're counselors. Our job is to represent, but not be stupid. But not be stupid. So that right there, Ryu takes the fight over there. So now we've got next one up, number 8, Wonder Woman versus Superman. Man, I don't like Superman at all. You know me. You know me for a long time. So, sir, state your case for Superman, because I can state my case for Wonder Woman. Why she gonna give him a whooping?
Man, when you gave me this one really put me in a bad situation, because I feel the same way about Superman as you. I think he's one of those comic book heroes where they just OP. I mean, they just made him way too powerful and things like that. And I just think that it's just totally ridiculous. But I would say the only thing that I would say that Superman has in his benefit would be speed and his probably his freeze breath and his laser eyes. Right. When he shoots that heat beam, those are the 3 things I would say that he has in his benefit. And then I have to turn it over to you.
You know, it's funny you say that. With that said, Wonder Woman, because you know what affects Superman is magic.
Yes.
Now, Wonder Woman, in a weird way, she's magical because of course she's the daughter of Zeus. She was created out of a thing, and of course, as we saw in the movie, you know, she has kind of deflective powers. But for me, I've always felt like if Wonder Woman fought Superman on a fair ground, she'd beat the mess out of him because she has fighting skills. Yeah. But she also has all the same things he has, except for the freeze breath and the heat vision. And her speed is actually kind of equal to his speed, maybe. I mean, it's like he's a 10 and she's a 9. It's not like she's dirt slow. You know what I mean? So, and she's got the sword too, and the shield. So, I mean, man, Superman will catch his L, man. He would get this beating because I don't. I mean, people are like, well, he flies. You know, like I said again, it's gonna be another controversial issue. People are gonna be like, what you mean? And then stop it off. It's like, well, what I'm pretty sure she'll whoop him. I've always said it to anybody who had the conversation. It's like she will beat the mess out of him. She will mess him up bad. I'm talking worse than the Hulk whooped him.
Oh yes. Yeah. And also, like how you mentioned her sword. Her sword was one of the few things, like how you said, with the magic, it was actually able to cut him.
Yep.
So if people want to bring up, you know, because like I said, these are things to bring up, you know, for people to discuss. So I mean, I hope people, send you messages like, well, I feel this way. Let's be respectful, of course. But, I hope that they send you messages say, I disagree because of this. But you can always just revert back to the comic and you can say, well, look, this and this right here happened. And even in regards to, and I know I'm supposed to be sticking up for Superman, but I'm just going to tell you as far as Wonder Woman. But even Batman stated himself that Wonder Woman is one of the best fighters that he ever ran across. And he fought against Superman. So he knows who's the better fighter. So
I think with Superman, Superman's not really a fighter. He's kind of like Iron Man. All he does is tackle everybody. You know what I mean? I mean, he has no combat skills. I think it's funny too. Now that you're saying it, out of all the Justice League members, specifically the original 7, him and Flash are the only ones that actually can't fight.
Yes.
John Jones is a military guy. Green Lantern is a military guy. Wonder Woman's a military guy. Hawkgirl's a military person. You know what I'm saying? And Batman's, of course, got combative skills. So they're the only two that are odds out. I'm not saying Superman's a chump, but when he's fighting Wonder Woman, he's going to be a chump. That L going to be hot. I mean, I'm not saying she's just going to flat out whoop him like by a million miles, but it's going to be a close fight, but she's going to beat him, period. Because in the end, it's going to come down to combative skills. Because if she starts hurting him with the magic, her herself is just magical. So her essence is magical. So he can't fight magic. And she's not like she's throwing beams or anything at him. It's just that she's just a better fighter. Period. She can match him up in strength. She can fly too as well, if I'm not correct, right? So the only thing she can do is freeze breath and heat vision. And if she takes out his eyes, she cuts his eyes. What's he gonna do?
Exactly. Yes. People tend to forget this. Wonder Woman, she's a goddess.
Yeah, she's a god. I forgot about that. She's a goddess too.
Yeah, so I mean, that's one of the things that they actually have to, respect about her. I mean, she actually has these abilities. They just don't expose as much about her. But yeah, she actually has those abilities where she can actually go toe to toe with practically anyone. So
I mean, she's in the cup because if you remember, you probably remember this, but in Marvel versus DC the 4 issues, she fought Storm. She lost the Storm. Of course, Storm is a god. Storm will fry you with lightning or thunder, whatever she wants to do to you. You know what I mean? Throw you in a tidal wave. You know what I mean? But Wonder Woman, man, I mean, she's incredible. I was just like, this lady's she's gonna break him off.
Oh yes.
But it needed to happen because I honestly would love to see if a movie's possible, cool, but another comic issue, 4 issue again, Marvel versus DC. More modern, you know what I'm saying? Of course, and this time let's have more African American superheroes other than who did they have? Nobody? Storm. It was it.
That was it.
That was it.
Yes.
Yeah. So they could fix that mess. You got Black Lightning now, John Stewart. Who else am I leaving out?
Black Panther you can put in there.
Yeah.
Numerous ones in there now.
Numerous awesome superheroes. So y'all, that's Wonder Woman versus Superman. And as Counselor Amada said, he agrees. Wonder Woman's gonna take this fight. He's not over here trying to give it to Superman. So y'all, on to number 7. Oh, this is gonna get hectic right here. Storm versus Black Lightning. Man, this is God help you here, man. So go ahead with that, Counselor.
Okay, this is a difficult one. Okay, with his abilities, Black Lightning, he would be able to control the lightning. Hopefully, he would be able to control the lightning and hopefully withstand any lightning that she throws at him and be able to neglect it and then throw it back in such a manner. Hopefully, it would cause some kind of difficulties for her. I mean, that's the best I can say. I mean, he's going up against one of the heaviest hitters, and she doesn't even get the proper respect that she's supposed to.
I say it all the time. She does not. How do you have a 5th level mutant, right? Probably the most powerful mutant on the X-Men. And it always seemed like, and of course we know the reasons why. She's an African-American lady. And they would always try to shove Jean Grey in our face. Like, hey, who cares about no Jean Grey?
Exactly.
Phoenix, you gotta be kidding me. And it's done. I know it's done intentionally. She was just there to be there for like a, how do you say, credit? Or I don't know how to put it, token or whatever you want to call it. But I mean, how do you have a 5th level mutant, Storm, be made to look like a sucker? But anyway, let's get back to the fight. Storm versus Black Lightning. Man, Storm can fly. She controls all the elements of the earth. She's a god. She's super strong. Dude, she would, man. I mean, of course, Black Lightning's gonna be throwing lightning at her and trying to charge her up. But if you're throwing lightning at this woman, she can basically just control it. Like it's not that I didn't set this matchup so he could get his butt kicked, but I'm like, she's got to fight somebody. And of course, Black Lightning in his own right is a great fighter. He has great combative skills, but she's got thunder, she's got lightning, she's got gale winds, she's got hurricanes, she's got tornadoes, she's got water. She even controls water. Literally, every element on Earth is under her command. How do you beat somebody like that, man?
I was actually listening to somebody who were talking about Storm a while ago, and one of the things they had pointed out, and they said, it would be so easy for Storm to beat a lot of these people that she comes across. Because you just think about, as far as the anatomy of like the human body, even if you're a mutant, but if you just think about it, the anatomy of the human body needs electricity. Storm could easily just shut down the electricity in your body. And honestly, you'd be just like a robot. You're just shutting down, just totally.
Shut down, it's over.
I mean, she has that ability where, I mean, even if she doesn't even want to go, it doesn't have to get physical. She can just say, all right, I'm gonna keep the distance and then just shut down the electricity in your body. You're done. Your brain won't be able to function, none of that stuff. So it's, oh my God. If somebody really took the time out and really did a proper series about Storm, just Storm alone, I mean, take her away from the X-Men and stuff like that, but just solely about Storm and like really focused on the things that she could do, that would be an amazing series.
You know what would be amazing? A movie. Let me tell you. And I've always wanted to ask you this. What actress do you think could do it? Because I feel like an actor like Regina King, or somebody very, how do I say this? Somebody very, this might sound weird, but somebody very Afrocentric, man. I'm talking like a woman that would take the essence of an African goddess, Regina King, or oh my God, who am I thinking about here? Lupita from Black Panther. She'd be a great one.
Lupita Nyong'o.
Who else? Because Storm has never got her due, and we know why. It's because she's a powerful African queen. You know what I'm saying? They don't want no African queen looking like she's more powerful than everybody else. They'd rather have I'm not going to get political because I'm not, every time somebody say they're not going to get political, they're going to get political. But I'm just tired of her being backseated. And I say it all the time on all my podcast episodes, whenever I bring her up. I'm so tired of the disrespect that she receives. Because even in the cartoons, if you remember, she was always making a speech before she used it. I'm like, why does she need to say, oh, call upon the gale of the Arctic winds? I'm like, are you kidding me?
Exactly.
You got to be kidding me, man. Was she running for president?
Exactly. That was just like when they did the first movie by her. And they Toad beat her. I'm like, Toad? How is it any way possible he'd even be able to come close?
Exactly. Toad? You got to be kidding me. I know Toad was played by Ray Park, but I don't care who it's played by. It's Storm, man. Exactly. Like I said, she's never got her due. It's just not right. But on this show, she's going to get her due because I'm sorry. Black Lightning's not beating her. I don't care what he does. Not even if he gets Thunder and Lightning, his daughters come help him. They're all going to catch that L together. You know what I mean? So, that's where we at right there with that. So Storm's going to take this battle, y'all. And Black Lightning's going to have to take this L. So y'all, next up, this should be a good one. Wolverine versus Hulk. Woo!
Yes. All right. Now this is the one that I can really plead a case on this one. Because to me, I never really thought that this was much of a battle here.
Right.
Because even with all the agility and things like that and the healing powers that Wolverine has, all it takes is just for the Hulk to grab him one time. He can literally just take him and snatch him apart and then throw this one into space and this other half to the other side of the planet, and you can rejuvenate after that. But you're not gonna bother me anymore. There's literally, I mean, even with the adamantium claws, and he's cutting. Only thing he would do is, and as we already know, he would just make the Hulk even more. He'd just get more mad, and he would get stronger and stronger. And so eventually, if he was to get Wolverine and get him in a corner, or just find some kind of way to get his hands on him just one time, that's all it would take. And people don't give the Hulk the credit that he deserves about how fast he is.
Yep.
The Hulk is actually extremely fast. This dude can catch missiles with his bare hands. I mean, this guy is really fast. So when they just say that, Wolverine could just dance around him, it would not be that easy. That's why I never understood that in the comics.
Right. Well, these people that are talking about him dancing around Hulk are like suckers. I'm representing Wolverine. I'm not gonna lie to myself. Wolverine's my favorite X-Men, but man, that adamantium claws ain't gonna do jack when he got you in the corner. I mean, Wolverine's gonna, because I remember you probably remember this cartoon, and this is a perfect example of what we're talking about. Wolverine versus Hulk and versus Thor. I don't know if you remember the animated series.
Yes, absolutely.
When they fought, Wolverine kept on chopping up Hulk. I mean, he got him tired, and then after a while, Hulk was like, man, little man, whatever, and starts crushing him and hit him with one punch. He punched him across the ocean.
Exactly.
I mean, Wolverine will catch a whooping, but of course Wolverine wouldn't be scared of him.
Of course not.
But it'd be a fight. But he can cut him up all he wants. He can heal all he wants. But because remember, Hulk has healing factors too.
Yes, he does.
He has healing factors too. That skin is literally impenetrable. You can shoot a nuclear missile at it and nothing might happen. You know what I mean? So, and I'm just like you, and I'm supposed to be representing Wolverine, but Hulk has never got his due. This dude, man, he could clear out the entire Marvel universe except for maybe Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel might be the only person, and Storm, that might give him the business. And ironically enough, giving our ladies the flowers they deserve. 2 women are the only people that can beat them. Storm and Captain Marvel. I don't see nobody else in the Marvel universe that can beat them. Not Thanos, not Iron Man, not Captain America, not Thor, not none of them.
Exactly. And you know who else should actually get some due as well? But they always just talk about it. And I know eventually they're gonna make their movies and things like that. As far as the women, another one doesn't really get her due is Miss Fantastic.
Yes.
She literally can create force fields that's like, I mean, Thanos has a hard time.
Wait, hold on. You said what's she called? Miss Fantastic?
I mean, not Miss Fantastic. Excuse me, the wife of
Invisible Woman. Invisible Woman.
Yeah, shit. She can literally create, force fields around her that, Thanos has difficulty breaking and things like that. And now just imagine, and this is a good example for you right here. Just imagine if she was to create one of those force fields inside of a person and then just expand.
Oh, that'd be so bad.
She wants to. So she can just create a force field right there inside of you and just expand it. Your body's just exploding. Boom.
It's game over.
Exactly. She can even make the force field just crush you. These are the kind of abilities, but they always just talk about her husband. But she's on that same level because remember, all of them were scientists and things like that. So she's intelligent, but then she also has this ability. It's just that people, once again, they look at some of these women and they don't give them the credit.
They're not giving the ladies the credit they deserve. I think we have one of the things that for me in the Karjakz Assassin universe, I made sure to give the ladies. I mean, you see it in the posters. You can see the women in the front. They running stuff. I grew up around strong women. So I grew up around strong women. I mean, you know about the Karjakz Assassin universe. You've seen all the characters. We've talked about this multiple times. I like I say, hopefully, we're in 2022. You've got so many lady superheroes that should be getting their credit. How is it that we've only had Black Widow and Captain Marvel? No Storm, no Invisible Woman, no She-Hulk, no what am I leaving out, man? No Miss Marvel, no God, it's too many, man. It's just ridiculous.
These are due. I mean, you can go on and
on. I mean, that's what this is about. So we are. We're struggling off a little bit off topic, but there's a reason why. Because I feel like Wolverine and Hulk versus, but this lets us know everything else we're not doing. I mean, I'm in agreement with you. Hulk's going to give this Wolverine a beating. Now, I don't know what level to call it, whether it's 70-30 or 80-20, but it's going to be a beatdown, man. I mean, Hulk's going to have a whole lot of cuts on his body because adamantium ain't no joke.
Very much, yes.
I mean, unless Wolverine gets a straight shot at Hulk's heart, I can't see how he would beat Hulk. That's the only way. A straight shot at his heart. Let's say even if Wolverine were to pierce Hulk's eyes, I don't know if that would be good enough to beat him. No.
The thing about it is when you got to remember, the Hulk is so much bigger than Wolverine.
And faster.
Exactly. And just to get past that armlet, because even with Wolverine and his claws, it's only going to go so far. So while he's coming in to attack, if the Hulk just grabs him or just hits him, he can just make a total difference just right there. He can just, if the Hulk just puts up his arm and let him scratch this one up, but this other one keeps him right here.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's why I love when they wrote that World War Hulk series.
Yeah.
When they wrote that, he wasn't even using his full abilities. It's just he was smarter at the time.
Right.
So what he did was grab Wolverine and he started pounding his head into the concrete. He said, I can't break your skeleton, but what if I just continue to push your brain up against that adamantium skull? Let's see what happens. Wolverine didn't do anything.
Wow, that's real graphic. They weren't playing.
Yeah, that's how the writer was. That was some genius writing.
But it's funny though, that was never turned into a movie. Like, why didn't they follow that up with an animation series or something, man? I mean, these cats need to get their imagination on.
That's one of the talks that they have that they're supposed to do the Hulk some justice, because a lot of people complain about how they made him look, against Thanos and stuff
Yeah,
like
he
that.
looked like a sucker, man.
Oh man, you don't do the Hulk like that.
You don't
Come
do the
on.
Hulk like that, man. Are you serious?
Exactly.
I know it's Thanos, but man, give me a break. I was so disgusted with that. I was like, I'm like, you kidding me? What? He hit him in the throat, and then all of a sudden Hulk like punks down, and you hell no. Hulk gets madder. The madder he gets, the stronger he gets.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the only two people that can beat him straight up is Storm and Captain Marvel. Those are the only two I think that can beat him. I don't think nobody else can beat him, because Captain Marvel, of course, can match him in strength, right? And she's invulnerable too. But Storm can just straight electrify him. Like she can just bury him in a tidal wave. There ain't nothing he can do about that. He ain't coming nowhere close to her, because you know she ain't gonna let him come close.
Yeah, she can take away all the oxygen from him. I mean, numerous things.
Numerous things. She literally controls gravity. Literally.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So,
I mean, all kinds of stuff. So yes, they just don't explore all the abilities that some of these individuals have, especially like Storm. I mean, that character right there can be so versatile. I mean, it's just they
can do 5 movies about her. They can. And the thing I never liked about her is, not we're going backwards, but the thing I never liked is that they criminalized her. They always called her, she was a thief when she was in Cairo growing up. I'm like, dude, why can't you just say she's an orphan? Why does she have to steal something? You know, that really infuriates me. Even like, for example, in my universe, the Karjakz universe, even though my characters, some of them are villains, but one thing I never allowed them to become was petty thieves.
Exactly.
They were either CIA, military turned villains, but not no shoplifter or anything stupid like that. You know, it's just dumb stuff, man. So, you know, we agree that Hulk is gonna give Wolverine this L, and that L gonna be hot.
Very much.
That L gonna be real hot.
Yes.
Now we're gonna keep this show going. Oh, this is a tough one right here. Woo! Black Panther versus Batman. I already know where we're both going. Let's say, but state your case for Batman, sir. Try to save his soul.
Yes. I have to try to make a case for Batman. Let's see here. With the multiple talents that Batman has, he of course he's going to use his utility belt to the utmost. Batman has an amazing prep time, which a lot of times I don't know why the comics just rely so much on that, but they say it's prep time. Also, all the different fighting skills that he has, Batman is going to bring that to the table. Another thing that Batman can also do is Batman knows how to keep a fight at a distance, and he knows how to figure out his opponent. So I think some of those things right there can give Black Panther a run for his money.
That's interesting.
You made this tough for me, just to let you know.
Now you have to remember Black Panther, right? He has that serum. He has that Wakanda serum. He's basically a superhuman. Basically, he's even more superhuman than Captain America. He's got the suit, of course. I mean, the suit is just that suit is that suit is fire. That suit offers strength, offers agility, offers projectiles, offers defensive mechanisms, offers kinetic energy. Man, Batman, I don't want to hurt your feelings, man, but Panther's gonna put it on you. I mean, and I know you're supposed to represent Batman, excuse me, but I mean, of course, Batman has definitely gadgets, the utility belt, the suit. He can create an iron suit, just like when he fought Superman. But I can't see a scenario, no matter how I try to dance around this, he's not beating Black Panther. I even did an episode podcast about top 10 superheroes of all time. And I had to come to the honest conclusion. Black Panther is the new all-time greatest superhero of all time. Period. Like, nobody is better than him. I'm not being a homer. I'm not being anything. It's just what he does. He's inspirational. He can fight. He can beat everybody in the Avengers. Captain America, Black Panther. I'm sorry, Hulk. Miss Marvel. He can beat them all. Like, and he's smarter, and he's just as smart as Batman. And see, that's another thing people don't talk about. Black Panther's intelligence. He's a scientist. He's also, not only is he a scientist, but he's a technological guy. He's a tech guy. So he creates technology. Of course, he created the first Black Panther suit, and then of course his sister Shuri, who's a genius, creates the second Black Panther suit. And the thing about the Black Panther suit is that as he's fighting, if the arm needs defense, he can shield it. Like the suit can come on or come off. He telepathically controls the suit. It's connected to him in a way that Batman's suit is not. Because if Black Panther catches Batman's head and just crushes the cowl, what's Batman gonna do?
Exactly.
We saw that when he fought Bane, right? You know what I mean? Because of course Batman's got technology inside that cape, that suit. The whole thing Batman's wearing technology, but how much technology can protect you from another more advanced technology? Because Black Panther comes from the place where Wakanda, the greatest technological marvel you will ever see. I mean, I can't really do anything for Batman on this fight. I mean,
and there's nothing that I could do. I was really stretching there because I mean, there's so many ways that you could see. I mean, Black Panther beating Batman. I mean, it's even with his claws alone, because even if he just cuts him just one time, that's going to go through anything that Batman has, and it's going to go through his skin. I mean, it goes to the atomic level. So I mean, he's going to be cutting him up left and right. He knows, even though that they said Batman he knows like 50 something or maybe more than that fighting styles.
Right.
But the thing about it is Black Panther, he has styles that never came out of Wakanda. So he still know styles that Batman still doesn't know. He could still call upon his ancestors, you know, to ask for heals, you know, and things like that on how to beat someone. So I mean, even on prep time, both of them are still really, you know, equal as far as like prep and things like that, because both of them are genius level. But another thing I would say, another feather in the hat for Black Panther is, I mean, just like how they said in the movie, when Flash had asked me, said, you know, what's your superhero power, you know, your super ability? And he's like, I'm rich. Well, he's actually, that's even richer than him. I mean, Black Panther could literally buy a Wayne Industries a tenfold and still wouldn't even lose the money, you know. So I mean, there's nothing he could do. So no.
He's the richest superhero. I mean, he's got the most money. I mean, you know, it's funny. I remember I was so proud when the Black Panther movie came out, and all the haters, all the whatever you want to call yourself, they were so mad. Do you know that movie made $1.4 billion?
Exactly.
That's twice as much as Iron Man 1 made.
Yes.
That's twice as much as the Justice League movie that just came out made. That's twice as much as Captain America movies made. I mean, it's the most money-making Marvel movie ever made.
Exactly.
So, you know, Black Panther's he's an inspirational character. He's a character that's people. I think he was something we all wanted. It didn't matter whether you were African American, of European descent, of Asian descent, whatever. We all just wanted somebody different. We were tired of looking at white guys, basically. That's the honest truth about that one right there. It's no accident that people were gravitated to. I mean, movie theaters, man, I would see seats just full. I'm talking nowhere to sit, man. People were sitting on the floor, dude. I mean,
this is no lie. We went to the midnight showing, and there were people literally standing up the entire movie.
Wow.
They snuck in, even though all the seats were sold out, they snuck in just so they could watch it beforehand. And then their seats was coming, like they had tickets for like, I think the 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock in the morning showing. They stayed in there. They snuck in to stand up the entire time to watch the movie for that time. And then they stayed another
watch
time.
Watch it again.
Yes.
I mean, rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman.
Very much so.
It's just like, I don't even know how you can make a second Black Panther. I mean, who's gonna play it? Then I feel sorry for whoever's got to play it too.
Very much so.
Of course, we got the new Batman with what's his name? What's his guy's name? Robert Pattinson, I believe. From what I heard, it's a great movie. I think he's fighting Riddler. I'm not too sure, but and don't get me wrong, I love Batman. I really love Batman. He's my favorite. He's my favorite Justice League guy. But I'm gonna keep it 100 with myself. Black Panther gonna put that hurting on him.
Very much so.
You know, because Batman's hitting him with punches.
Yes.
Right? That suit is absorbing kinetic energy. All Black Panther has to do is put his arm on the floor one time, and boom, it's game over.
Exactly.
I mean, he's gonna force Batman to back off. You know what I mean? Because I don't know how Batman is gonna fight him. You can't hit him with projectiles.
Nope. There's nothing he has that you know that the Black Panther can't neutralize.
Right. So
it's I mean, to me, like I said, I see this as a 10 out of 10. I know a lot of people like comparing the two, but there's
no comparison.
Exactly. I even go this far where I even see, and I've even heard other people had mentioned this before, where I believe even without the Black Panther suit, like let's just say if they were just both without their suits, like he didn't have like his gadgets, Black Panther didn't have his suit, and they were just two individuals going at it, you know, just without their suits. I still think with their fighting styles, I still think that Black Panther would win.
Oh yeah, I mean, like you said, there's fighting skills that come out of Wakanda that the world doesn't know about, because Wakanda's not exactly trying to put out their business. They don't want nobody to know what they can do. So yeah, Black Panther's gonna give him this hot L, man. And what I would love is actually a movie, even an animated series. You know how cool that would be? An action movie cartoon, Black Panther versus Batman. Ooh, that would be straight fire. Ooh, that'd be so sick.
And here's the kicker right here. And this is one of the things that I respect about, Black Panther. The deciding factor would be is you got to remember, Batman is only going to go so far. Black Panther, this dude is going to do whatever it takes.
Yep.
So, I mean, Batman, he might second guess and hold back a little bit, because he doesn't want to go to the Black Panther. Has no
he going there. Black Panther will go there to put you down.
Yes, exactly.
Ain't gonna be none of that. No, ain't gonna be no second thoughts about nothing. It's going down, baby. You know what I mean? So it's going down.
Superhero rules here. No, he's gonna do what he needs to do.
Yes, sir. You best believe. Yeah. So now we got Black Panther taking Batman.
Yeah.
At number 4, we both love this dude. He's the reason why there's anything Marvel.
Yeah.
Blade versus Deadpool. On this matchup, because I got to sitting there thinking like, okay, who can Blade fight?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, who's worthy enough to be even come close to fight his combative skills? You know what I'm saying? His ability to hunt.
Yeah.
And I was like, let's let him go against Deadpool. So, sir, state your case for Deadpool.
Yes. Now, before I get started on this Deadpool case, could you please, for the viewers, because you spoke on it just briefly, just right there. Could you repeat what you said and just expound on it a little bit, where you had said that Blade is the reason for the MCU? Let the people know about that.
Yes, sir. Let me, for y'all don't know. Yes, the first ever Marvel movie made was Punisher, but nobody cared about that. The real deal was when Blade came out with Wesley Snipes. Let me tell y'all something.
Yes.
This movie right here, man, it made $434 million in total for all 3 movies, which is unheard of for back then. The first one made over 120 million. Yes. Wesley Snipes brought a hero to the scene. Like, without Blade, there'd be no X-Men, no Avengers, no Captain Marvel, no Hulk, no nothing. He was the backbone, and he still is the foundation of Marvel. Everybody, there's like a TV series thing that I watched, like a mini episode talking about how Marvel was built, and they used the house as the epicenter, or like the structure of how it would look. They literally have superheroes living in the house, but then they put at the bottom the foundation, Blade. All 3 movies. Yes. The Wesley Snipes' ambition and vision to execute this into fruition was incredible, because it was not a stereotype type superhero. Blade whooped ass everywhere. I'm talking in Europe. I'm talking in Africa. I'm talking in Detroit. He went everywhere whooping butt. I mean, he had connections everywhere. And this guy, he inspired Karjakz assassins.
Yes. See?
Blade. If not for Karjakz assassins, Blade would be my favorite superhero.
There you go. Yes.
I mean, he was such an integral. He wasn't a stereotyping type of superhero. He wasn't fighting gangs in the hood. He wasn't doing none of that. He was a bona fide universal superhero. He was feared by all villains everywhere. It was like, I think Marvel knew the truth. They knew, okay, who's the one superhero we can do something on that everybody will actually gravitate towards, that actually everybody wants to see.
Yes.
And they put it all on Blade.
Yes.
And you have to give credit to, there's this guy named Avi Arad, who's like a producer in Marvel. Him and Marvel Stan Lee came together, and they Blade would be the best character because Punisher didn't work. So obviously, I'm gonna keep it 100. They used the white guy and it didn't work. It didn't work. How about we go get this brother, Wesley Snipes? Let him do his thing. I mean, Blade, he's super soldier. He's a tactician. He's a hunter. He's intelligent. I mean, it was just people don't understand what Blade did for Marvel, man. Without Blade, there'd be no Marvel. There'd be no MCU, man. So, I don't want to take too long because I have to get back to the battle. But without Blade, man, there ain't nothing in Marvel going on. Nothing.
Exactly.
I remember them telling a story about how even though Blade made all that movie money, Marvel barely got above water.
Wow.
But without getting that above, they were only 25,000 in the green. They were still in the red because they had spent all this money. You have to remember that Marvel didn't really have any money like that. So they had to get New Line Cinema, who's the producer of all these 3 movies, to do it. And of course, Wesley Snipes being a producer too helped a lot. That's why you saw his name in the credits a lot as the actor, not only as the actor, but as the producer too. I mean, Blade, man, Blade just, whew. I've watched that movie so many. I know. I've watched over 200 times.
Yes.
I got the DVD. I've got the animation series. I've got the poster. I sold you. I gave you that big old poster you got in your house.
Exactly.
You know, so Blade is the dude. So let's get back to the fight. But you know, Blade is the pioneer, the forefather. You know what I'm saying? They need to. Hopefully, we got the new Blade coming out with the Marshall Ali. Dude, this cannot be a bad movie, man. Marshall Ali will get the backlash of his life.
Exactly.
You cannot bomb this. There can be no bombing on this movie. There can be no, because people will take his throat. They'll be like, the only one brother we got and you messed it up? Exactly. Nah, bro. you gonna get it.
Put some respect on Blade's name.
Y'all gonna right, put some respect on the name. So now let's take it. Blade versus Deadpool. State your case, Counselor.
Blade versus Deadpool. Okay, so for Deadpool, one of the things I like about Deadpool is the guy is such a free spirit. Like, he doesn't go in there with fear, even though he knows that he's going to get killed and all this other kind of stuff. But he knows that he is going to come in there, and he comes in there with this carelessness, and it frustrates a lot of people that he's fighting. But he knows that he can, you know, break that fourth wall. He knows that he's going to rejuvenate himself and things like that. So he comes in there with this almost like this childlike, you know, mentality of like, you know what? I don't care. I'm coming in here. I'm going to fight you. Yes, you're going to, you know, kill me numerous times, but I'm going to keep on coming back and keep on coming back. And he's going to do whatever he has to do to continue to come down to wear the person down. And that's one of the things that I can see that Deadpool doing to use to his advantage.
Right. Of course, Deadpool has those fighting skills. Of course, he's a ninja. He's a martial artist as well. But nobody swings a sword like Blade. Ooh, man, nobody. Nobody swings a sword like this dude. Man, Blade gonna give him a whooping or hurting. It's gonna hurt because Blade he's a vampire hunter. He's a vampire basically. He's fast as hell. He can jump buildings in a single bound. What else can he's got that car. He's got the gadgets. He's got the weapons. Man, he's got the trench coat. He's got the bulletproof vest. I mean, and he will beat the mess out. I mean, Deadpool will catch an L because, you know, Blade's gonna chop him up. It doesn't matter how many times Deadpool heals himself, he's gonna get chopped up. I mean, Deadpool, he's part of the Weapon X projects. Him, Sabretooth, Omega Red. So you got Wolverine, Sabretooth, Omega Red, and who else am I leaving out? And Deadpool, of course. And Deadpool, yes, the movie did him justice. Yes, the movies were good, but he's going against the Green Reaper here, man. Blade ain't got no feelings. Blade gonna put some hurt. He ain't talking about, he ain't talking. Ain't gonna be no talking going on. Ain't gonna be no jokes. Blade, can you imagine Deadpool trying to tell a joke to Blade? And Blade gonna look at this fool like, motherfucker, who you talking to? Pardon my English.
He just gonna cut his throat just immediately.
Just give him, you take his sound box. Just be like, is this dude for real? Man, you got me twisted. You know what I'm saying? You know, Blade's that type of dude that just, man, he ain't playing no games, man. Man, this is gonna be a hot L for Deadpool. There's not even a contest here.
Exactly.
Deadpool might get one punch in. That's it.
That's it. Yes.
Punch and one cut, and that's all. And then it's gonna be like, you know, like when they do a scorecard for boxers, it'll show 115 to Blade, it'll show 2 to Deadpool, and then it'll show like on target punches. Blade will be like 95%. Deadpool will be like 1%. I mean, it's just gonna be a beat down, man. This gonna be a joke. This is not even gonna be, man. And you're supposed to represent Deadpool. I can't even see this.
There's nothing I could say where he would be justified to say that he'd be able to beat Blade. I mean, honestly, Blade's sword could actually break the 2 katanas that Deadpool actually uses. Even if he comes at him shooting guns and things like that, people fail to realize that how fast Blade is.
Yes.
Blade can actually dodge those bullets if he wants to. He can even take the bullets if he just wanted to get shot. He can still absorb it and still go through there. So once he gets past that, there's really nothing that Deadpool could do.
I mean, it's no contest. You know, in writing this whole Collide, Superheroes Collide, I got to thinking like, man, because once I put the Karjakz in there, I was like, you know who's up next, Blade. Yeah. And we're gonna do this again in the future because when we do it again, we're gonna have a third person who's gonna be the judge. So that way we don't feel like we're being homers or whatever people think we're doing. Because right now I'm showing people hear this podcast, they'll be like, man, these dudes are being homers, man. They're over here taking sides of who they like. Nah, man, we just stating the facts. Exactly. This is a courtroom of superhero-ness, and all we're doing is laying down the foundation of who can do what and who can't do what. That's what it is. So for y'all out there, Blade's gonna give Deadpool this hot L. Yep. Absolutely. Deadpool gonna take this L and like it.
Yes. He better.
So now up next, we got some ladies action again.
Oh
Because you
yes.
can't have no superheroes colliding without some ladies fighting. We got Escalade from the Karjakz Assassin universe. She's the leader of the Karjakz versus Black Widow, who in her own right is a great Avenger. So, sir, state your case for Black Widow.
All right, I would say for Black Widow, she's one of those trained weapons. She was trained from a young child to just be an ultimate weapon. I would say the only thing that Black Widow is lacking is probably a super serum. I mean, outside of that, she has the agility and the skills to match most humans on any level. I mean, her cunning ability, her fighting styles, her techniques that she likes to use, even her what is it, the Black Widow bite, or was it the Black Widow sting? What is it called? You know, where she actually has you with the electricity, where she shoots
it's like this shock that comes from her wrist. Oh, I forgot what they call it.
Yes, yes. But I
she
know it
can
has
fire a
something to do with
projectile at you.
Yes, yes.
Yes,
Yes, right there. She knows how to use multiple weapons. So I think that she might be able to hold her own on this one.
Okay.
Yes.
I hear your case, counselor. So she's going against Escalade, of course, and you know about Escalade from the Karjakz Assassins universe. She's the leader.
Yes.
Just to give a background, Escalade, she's a colonel. She fights. She's an Air Force colonel. She's a fighter pilot. She has multiple fighting abilities. She's got that suit. So basically, her brother, who's Cajun, creates this battle suit, like this suit, and it offers, using this sort of technology that offers. It's like it's just a technology that protects your body. It's bulletproof. It's nuclear proof. You're not getting through unless she wants you to get through. Exactly. And you have to understand this lady. She can take you even without a pulse cannon. She's got this thing called a pulse cannon. I mean, you've seen the thing on her. The thing is huge. It's bigger than the Punisher's cannons. And this woman's an incredible fighter. I mean, this could be a draw, but if anybody was gonna win, it's gonna be Escalade. There's no way Black Widow can beat this one because she can do everything Black Widow can do. Plus, she can do what she can do.
Exactly.
She's not, and us too. Unlike Storm, she's an African American woman. I felt like it was such a hole in this whole universe of animation that where are all the sisters at? That's literally what I say. Where the sisters at?
Yes.
That's literally what I say, and it's hilarious when I say it. But people be like, "Oh, he's being a homer. It's his character." No, it's not my character. It's just the truth.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? She would, man. I'm not saying Black Widow, like in a boxing match, the scorecard would say 115 to 112. I'm not saying Escalade is gonna straight flat out annihilate her, but she ain't gonna beat her either. No. You know what I mean?
I do not see Black Widow beating her in a majority fight. I think, and this is another thing where I got to give this plug right here. I really hope that people take the time out when you do release the comic. I want people to really study up on Escalade, and they will see, if they go back and they listen to this, they will see why he spoke so highly of Escalade when they know about her abilities and things like that. And this is going to put her so far ahead of so many other, superheroes and things like that. So yes, I mean, just stay tuned. That's all I'm going to tell the viewers. Stay tuned. Exactly. And you will see why, why there's such an emphasis on Escalade. So yeah.
And piggybacking off of what you said, when I created these characters, one of the things that I wanted was just regular human beings that could do extraordinary things. That was so important to me, right? Because being human means being extraordinary, right? Because all the characters these people are based on my two brothers, my sister, myself, my best friend, my big brother. In fact, I got one day I'm gonna have to base something on you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, people that are very important to me. And so I saw this character based on my sister. My sister, this character has all the attributes of my sister. She's strong, she's smart, all these different things. So I have no problem stating whenever she goes against someone, like, man, please, how you gonna beat her? You know what I mean? It's like I said again, she's not beating Black Widow because there's a hole in the universe for African American women. No, she's beating Black Widow because she's just a better fighter.
That's it.
And she's a colonel. She's an Air Force colonel.
Yes.
How many Air Force colonel got hands?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
There you go. Yes.
And she's a fighter pilot. She's the best pilot in the entire Air Force. Yeah. Because in the universe that I've created, right? She's basically the commander of the armed forces.
See?
And so she's like not somebody you can just, she's not a paper pusher. She's not one of these military leaders that's in the office creating tactics. No, she's on the battlefield.
Yes.
See? She's in the front line. She's literally leading the soldiers into battle. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, for me, when I created her, she's a colonel. And I said to myself, I remember deliberating, like, who's going to be the leader of the Karjakz? I was like, well, it'd be stupid not to let a colonel be the leader. That doesn't make any sense. And also, too, it's a chance to show how great women are as leaders, and also, too, a chance to show how great African women are as leaders, right? Exactly. I just felt like this a whole, I'm gonna feel it. And for those who don't know, one of the reasons why Tyler Perry's so successful is that he filled a hole. There was nothing representing Black women at all. Nothing. No shows. Not till Tyler Perry came around. So he's like, there's a big hole, I'm gonna fill it. Because if you notice, one of the many themes of his shows are always an African American woman doing for herself, building for herself, being her own hero, being her own superhero. Excuse me. You know what I mean? So Escalade's gonna take Black Widow. Yes, Marvel, you're gonna take this L. And if y'all want to fight us in the future, Sonic Division ready to get at y'all. You know, can you imagine a movie, man? You know, and one of the things I wanted to do, because I've done 2 episodes of this already. Avengers, Karjakz versus Avengers. You know, so we got to do it again round 3. And when we do that, you're going to come back again. You're going to have to represent the Avengers and have to justify the fight. You know what I'm saying? Because I've done this. There were fights where the Avengers got some, but the last time, Karjakz straight cleaned out the house.
There it is. Yes.
They got to learning tactics and giving them a hot L. That L was hot. You know what I mean? So Escalade's going to take Black Widow. A lot of y'all listening will be like, man, that's not going to happen, man. What if Black Widow shoots the electronic projectile? What's that going to do?
That's why I tell stay tuned, and then they will find out.
Yes, read the comments.
Exactly. And see, one of the things that I respect so much about the characters that you put out there is that when you said, you know, this person is a leader, you know, they have all these different skills and things like that, you could have easily just stopped right there, but you also said this person is intelligent. I love how you make it where numerous characters, right? Pretty much everybody on there has these intelligence where it's not just one person in the group is a smart one and everybody has to turn to them for this. No, you have multiple people in there that can come up with ideas and that can do different things. So that's another reason why I respect this.
I mean, when I say intelligence, it's intelligence in 2 fronts. Intelligence in your mind, and also emotional intelligence. Because I don't think a lot of people understand how important emotional intelligence is. I mean, I had my sister on this show who Escalade is based on. She was a guest on the show, and she talked about emotional intelligence, which you have to have, right? Because emotional intelligence makes you to understand yourself as a human being, lets you know what limits you are. You know, I say this all the time. You know what the greatest thing ever invented is? Limits. Limits is the greatest thing ever invented, right? Why I say limits? Because it lets you know there's boundaries. There's things that you should not do. This is how far I can go. Not, of course, the human mind would tell the body, okay, this is what we're gonna do, and we're gonna do it. But I feel like limits is the greatest thing ever invented, right? You know what I'm saying? You know, it's the greatest thing. And so Escalade, she has limits, but not limits that will have Black Widow beating her. Not those kind of limits.
No.
You know what I mean? So Escalade is gonna take Black Widow. So that's another win for. You know, that's a win for Escalade and a loss for Black Widow. Now, we're at number 2 here. Cajun versus Iron Man. Oh, man. You know, I'm a big Iron Man fan. So, sir, I'm going to let you represent Iron Man. I mean, Cajun, you know, well, I'm going to let you go, and then I'm going to go. This is going to be a good one.
Yes. Iron Man, one of the, top 3 or top 5 smartest individuals.
Yes.
And in the MCU, even in comics, actually, and Marvel Comics, excellent inventor. This guy, he can create anything, you know, basically out of nothing. Extremely wealthy, of course. But his wealth doesn't even match his intellect. That's one of the things I truly respect about Iron Man. And Iron Man, one of the things that I also would say that I really like about him is Iron Man tends to think outside the box. Iron Man knows how to multitask. He can have so many different things going on, and he can remember each and every one, and he can tell you how to calculate and how to do different things. This is going to be a tough one because Iron Man, he knows how to use his suits. He knows how to go into battle, and I mean, this is going to be a tough one.
So now, you know, it's funny you say that. I'm a big Iron Man fan as a kid. Oh my God, you can ask my brothers and my sister. I used to think I had Iron Man, the briefcase. I'd walk in the kitchen and start to drop a briefcase so I can get into the armor. I mean, I love Iron Man. And when I created Cajun, who's second in command on the Karjakz, he was based on multiple characters: Blade, Iron Man, Black Panther, and Wolverine. And this guy, then Leonardo from the Turtles, and also Ryo from the Ronin Warriors. I always loved the character with a sword. But when I created this guy, because I'm a big Iron Man, I created a battle suit. And his suit can do everything Iron Man's suit can do. Plus, he's got hand-to-hand combatant skills. And so his skills are like, you know, I'm a big Bruce Lee fan. And I say, you know, one of the fighting skills he's going to have is Jet Kundo.
Nice.
Martial artist. He can fight in different ways because his suit is a fighting suit, but it can do all the techie stuff the Iron Man stuff can do too. So he's got the blue blades, which are like these swords that can cut through anything. They can't, I don't care if you got a Star Wars laser lance. It ain't happening. You know what I mean? This guy, he's intelligent. He's smart. He's tactical. He's like Blade and Iron Man put together.
Yes.
That's what makes him really great. And so, yes, Iron Man might get a few punches. It's going to be one of them boxing matches where the scorecard says 120 to 118.
Yes. And
the edge will go to Cajun because of the fighting skills. Iron Man, with all the stuff he can do, Iron Man can't really fight. And we saw that in Captain Marvel in Civil War, right? Because he can just tackle you. He's basically like Superman wearing armor. He can't fight, not in terms of hand-to-hand combatant skills, right? But he can tackle you. He can use tech to manipulate this and that. He can shoot beams. He's got repulsor rays. He's got flight. He's got all these different things. Of course, he's intelligent, of course. But the one thing I felt like Iron Man has never had is combatant skills.
Exactly. Yes.
You know, he's not gonna be able to beat Cajun without combatant skills. It's not gonna happen. He's shooting a repulsor ray. Cajun shooting an Omega beam. I mean, they're gonna match up. It's just not. But then it's gonna come back to them hand skills, right? What happens when your suit? Because remember this: as Iron Man shooting all these beams, he's running out of power. Now, of course, in Iron Man in Infinity War Endgame, it never seemed like he ran out of power, right?
Exactly.
But the suit, I guess he fixed the power. He fixed the power problem. But he would run out of energy, man. He would run to get tired.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
He could only throw so many beams and so many this and that. Because with Iron Man, there was always a hole in his game, and that was combatant skills. And that's why I think, of course, it was the Captain America movie. Of course, you have to let Captain America win in his own movie.
Yes.
But in all honesty, Iron Man in real life would have whooped Captain America.
I agree.
Right? He would have whooped him. But the one he's not whooping is this guy right here, Cajun. No. It ain't happening.
No.
You know, and for a lot of people don't know, I'm gonna let you talk about him. You know a lot about the Karjakz Assassin universe. I'm not just saying another win for this side again because he's my character. It's just what he is.
Yes.
Whether you got the bio book, which is available on sonivision.com, or you get this comic book is about to come out soon, you're gonna realize why he says this character can beat Iron Man. Yes. I mean, is there anything I'm leaving out for the reason why he would beat him?
Honestly, I just think that Cajun he's just like how you said, those overall skills. Like that's the thing about it, because with any superhero or any character like that, if it comes down to it, a lot of times it's going to come down to what you can do hand to hand. Because if you have all the technology in the world, if all that goes out, especially let's just say if both of them was just even as far as technology, let's just say if they were that. So then you cut that out. So now they have to go at it hand to hand. Like how you said, Tony Stark just doesn't have those skills. He doesn't have what it takes to be able to do that. And even in battle, yes, I mean, he can come up with some different ways. He can use his tech and things like that. But once you can get past that, Iron Man is going to have problems and things like that. So I just don't see, I don't really see Iron. I mean, I think he put up a hell of a battle. Do not get me wrong. I am not cutting Iron Man short. I really believe that Robert Downey did an excellent job as him.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I think that they chose the correct guy. And I think that the writing that they did for that was very well. But I just think that he's just, I mean, I think in life, there's just that sometimes you're going to just run across that person that's just better than you. You can train as much as you want to. You can be as good as you want to. There's just going to be that one person out there that's just better than you. And this is just that one person. I mean, that you could actually beat.
It's like saying Michael Jordan. Who's better than Michael Jordan? Who's better than Tupac? Who's better than I'm trying to think of a baseball player. Maybe Ken Griffey Jr. Exactly. I mean, who's better than quarterback? Who's better than Tom Brady? A linebacker? Who's better than Lawrence Taylor? I mean, you come across that dude that's just like, he got your number, man, or she got your number, and that's just what it is. You know, it's just, I mean, like you said, they're even technologically, they're even.
Yes.
But the edge is skill, because skill is always the deciding factor, right? In skill, in the end, skill is what's gonna cost Iron Man this fight, right? Because if I said Batman was gonna fight Captain America, in the end, skill is what's gonna have Captain America beating Batman. That's just the honest truth. You know what I mean? So with this fight, they're throwing all these beams, all this technology, but then you throw that out the window. Yo, it's gonna be skillless remaining, right? Because if they both let's say both their suits run out of energy. Do you know that one of the things about Cajun is this? He can divert power from his suit to his servos. And what I mean by that is that let's say his suit is running on 10% energy. Now you can't shoot beams or fly anymore, but he can divert the power from his suit to his servo. So what that means, he can usually use his hands to control the suit. So his nervous system can actually control the suit.
There you go.
Now, what the suit does is it reduces its density, right? Because if you're wearing armor like that, it feels heavy. But once it goes into that battle mode like that, because that's a different battle mode, it reduces the density of the suit. So he's a very, very interesting character, man. You get to see the inventor, the technology, the smarts, the charisma, all that stuff, man. Because, and I'll be honest with you too, another hole that I felt like I was feeling was, do you know any African-American superheroes just African superheroes of descent that wear armor? I mean, we know War Machine, but War Machine's like Iron Man's psychic, man. And I hate seeing that. It's infuriating. But when I created this guy, I was like, wait a minute, he's got armor, he's got tech. He's basically a super mantis. Well, not even a super mantis, like it's like you combine Iron Man and Blade and put them together. That's what you did when you get Cajun. That's literally what you have when you got him. So that's where Cajun gets this W for all you haters, because when y'all listen to this, you be like, man, how did Iron Man lose to Cajun, man? That ain't supposed to happen.
Buy the book.
Buy the book, exactly. Buy the book.
And then until they actually do their proper research and they learn about the characters in Karjakz, then they will actually be able to see why this is going this way. So
because people are used to a certain thing. They only want to see water. No, they only want to see red soda or whatever you want to call it, right? They don't want to see like, oh, nobody's going to beat them. You know, that's not true. Things change and people evolve. So now the last fight, Karjakz versus Avengers. Let's list the characters on the Karjakz side. We got Sincere, Cajun, Escalade, Glocks, Rasputin. Glocks, I ain't even gonna go. Yeah, I know you on Glocks. You got him on the wall right there. Rasputin, Diesel, and Shepard. And of course, on the Avengers side, you got Black Panther, Iron Man, Captain America, Falcon, Black Widow, Hulk, and Wasp. You know, like I told you before, I've done a podcast, 2 podcasts already. Karjakz versus Avengers. And I'm gonna have you do the round 3 one where we do it again.
Perfect.
State your case for the Avengers on why you think they would win or why you think they would lose.
I think that the Avengers will put up an amazing fight. But the thing that let me talk about some of their strengths first. Of course, you got the Hulk there. You got 2 geniuses with Tony Starks and with Black Panther. You have multiple fighting styles that you're going to get from numerous members of the group. But then one of the things about it is that I would see where there would be a clash within the group is T'Challa. He's a natural leader. Iron Man is going to want to lead as well. They're going to bump heads eventually. That's going to be an internal battle just right there alone. I'm gonna plead some more, but I want you to go ahead, talk about your side, and then I'm gonna come back because I'm gonna see about what rebuttals I can come up with.
You know, I'm gonna start off with the Karjakz, right? Because I've done this on the podcast before, and I literally, when I did this episode when they fight each other, I went toe to toe. Sincere fighting Wasp, Black Widow fighting Escalade, Diesel fighting Hulk, Rasputin fighting Captain America, Glocks fighting Black Panther. I matched them up, and Cajun fighting Iron Man, of course. And everything always came down to what each person's skill could be, right? Because you have a group, and the thing about the Karjakz is, yes, they're a family, and yes, they work in unison.
Yes,
like there's a even though they're a family and friends, but there's like this understanding that Escalade, aka Sarah Phoenix, is the leader of the team. Of course, her and her brother Cajun butt heads, but he realizes that if we're gonna win, it's better to go with what she's saying. If you want to win. Now, if you just want to look good, then don't do what she's saying. But if you want to win, because I talk about this because actually what I'm talking about right now is actually in the comic book too. It's stated in the book when this book comes out, because right now I'm in the correction phase. Basically, I'm correcting my grammar and stuff like that. So the book is there, it's done physically, but it needs to be corrected. So the Karjakz would take the Avengers eventually because it comes back to those individual matchups, right?
Yes.
What a lot of people don't know about is that Diesel, who's just like the Hulk, he's got this biosuit which amplifies his strength to infinity. There's no limit to his strength. He's intelligent. He's an inventor. He's one of those big guys that's actually very smart. Like I'm talking about really smart. Like he's a chief engineer at Icon Industries, right? And he builds this biosuit with Cajun, and it amplifies. I mean, this guy could catch a plane while it's coming down full speed, crashing.
Yeah.
That's how powerful this guy, and he's fast.
Yeah.
Of course, he got the night train vehicle. I mean, you've got Cynthia, who, in all accounts, might be the best fighter in terms of hand-to-hand combating. This lady is incredible. She would give, Wasp is a great fighter in her own right. Of course, she can shrink herself, she can grow big, she can fly, but it always comes down to one thing when they're fighting: the hand skills, the skills. Shepard, of course, is the blind guy, bow and arrow guy. Of course, he's fighting Falcon. Now, remember, Falcon's fighting from the sky. But if you take away Falcon's wings, it's all she wrote.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Then, of course, you got Rasputin versus Captain America. That could be a dicey fight. I mean, even if I lean towards Captain America winning, you still got all the other guys winning, right? Because Glocks is going to fight Black Panther. That would be a crazy fight. I know your boy. So Glocks will fight. In the whole fight, Glocks is always fighting Black Panther. In round one, right, Black Panther and Rasputin, Glocks and Rasputin lost to Captain America and Black Panther. I had no questions about that. I knew what was going to happen. They're young. They're trying to figure out how to fight these guys. But in round two, they got at them. They let them know. You know what I'm saying? For me, that's my case for the Karjakz. I really don't want to be a homer, but I know what my characters can do.
Exactly.
And also, and I grew up on Avengers, so I know what they can do.
Yes.
So in the end, I always bring the thing back to the skills. What are your skills? What can you do? Right? You know what I mean? So I'm gonna let you hand it back to you, Counselor, and let you try to throw a rebuttal to save the Avengers and what you can do to save the day.
See, and the thing about it is there's just so few members on the Avengers that actually truly actually have skills that they can just resort to if that was the last measure. Like we talked about before, if you took Iron Man's suit away, there's not really much that he could do. I mean, he would just be a survivor. Essentially, if the Hulk is just raging on out, I mean, you don't really know what he's going to do. You don't know if he, just going to rage on out, and I mean, he's just going to be swinging. I mean, there's going to be collateral damage. I'll put it like that, because I mean, the thing about it is, with him throwing stuff around and stuff like that, if you're not watching your back, he might throw something and say, it might hit you and stuff. So I mean, I think the Avengers they would have their hands too full, and the thing about it is, and if they didn't really just sit back and just say, what, Black Panther, we need you to come up with a strategy. We need you to come up with something, you and Captain America come. And then also, I mean, remember, you're going to have that animosity also with Captain America and Iron Man as well.
Man. Yes.
You know what I mean? So it's like you got three guys there that's going to have different views and want to lead in different ways. Captain America is going to want to do it a certain way. Iron Man is going to want to do it a certain way. So it's like, I think on those particular teams like that, I think it's really hard to have certain people work together if they view things just so differently, So yeah, that's going to be a very, very difficult fight for the Avengers. I mean, I appreciate that their skills, I appreciate their longevity and some of the things that they've already run across, but I don't know. I just see this as a close one. I'm not going to say that they would just outright totally lose, but I see this as a close one. The only reason why I'd say it's a close one because I like the skills that they've put in thus far from some of the things that they've already battled against. Right. Because they've already run across a lot of things. So that's my rebuttal right there. So,
I mean, I could see a draw. This could be a draw. Where it fought to a draw, which is where I think it's going to go. It's going to be a draw. I mean, even like, a lot of people are going to be like, well, the Avengers are the veterans and the Karjakz are the rookies. Not really, man. This ain't no rookie. This ain't no regular rookie team. You know what I mean? Because you have to remember, these characters have experiences already, even though they're not like as known as the Avengers, but they got skills. I remember I did that poster that I was selling at the art shows, and it caught on a little bit. They're like, who are these Karjakz guys? Like, they're heroes that I created. They're fighting the Avengers. So, yeah, they're fighting the Avengers. And then one lady had me sitting there explaining the fight. She was like, wow, that's kind of cool. Yeah. And so that's what led me to create the podcast episodes and even create this superheroes collide deal. It's just what it is. You have a situation where you have a group of heroes just going at each other, and I think this is going to actually be a draw. I'll be honest. I think this is going to be a draw. Because there's going to be matchups where Black Panther might beat Glocks, maybe by a little. Rasputin might lose to Captain America, maybe. We know Cage is going to take Iron Man. Escalade is going to beat Black Widow. So there'll be numbers that'll balance itself out. But this ain't going to be one of them things that Avengers think they're just going to show up and win. No, that ain't happening.
No. And see, and for me, I honestly, I would probably say, I would even say 60-40. Yeah. As far as,
Karjakz.
Yeah, because the thing about it is, the Avengers, if you take out, which I know for sure that Black Widow would lose. So now that odds, the numbers are in, another favor. So they're down one. You take out Iron Man, because I truly believe, like we already established, she would lose also. So now you got two down. So even if, let's just say, even by chance, just some kind of way that Black Panther and Captain America won, that's just barely evening things out. But by this time, they can already bring those other guys, Jackson, they can already come on over there and they can already start fighting against. So it'd be very hard to say, like, it's just going to go, somewhat into the Avengers' favor. I see it more like a 60-40.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree. I think the Karjakz will have 60% and the Avengers will have 40%. And, when the universe permits it, man, you know how sick of a movie this would be? And, Marvel, they'd be like, Adewale, we really should call this thing Avengers versus Karjakz. No, we're not calling it that. We're calling it Karjakz versus Avengers. What part of Karjakz don't you understand? What makes you think I'm going to let my characters be on the B side? You got me twisted. I don't need you. You need me. You know what I'm saying? I got something new that people want. Yes. What you got? You know what I mean? So, I've never been shy about, like, stating how incredible my characters are. And also, I'm not unrealistic either. Because, a lot of people have asked me, are your characters eventually going to get powers? I said, I don't know. I'll let you know when they get them. Watch them grow. You know what I mean? So, Avengers and Karjakz vs. Avengers, that's the last fight right there. I mean, this has been an incredible episode, man. Having you on. I mean, we got to have you again, because I plan on having you for that. I'm talking about the round 3 of the Karjakz versus Avengers. Now we can really go into depth with that. If people ask me, will your characters ever fight your Justice League? I was like, nah, Justice League sucks. They're boring. I'm not trying to associate myself with anything DC, man. Them dudes, man. Them dudes. Woo. They are on a whole different level of messing stuff up. Every time I think about the Justice League movie, I'm just like, you got to be kidding me. How do you mess that up?
The only thing I think the DC that I like that they're putting out, and it's interesting, is their villains movies. I truly admire the Joker. I think that was an excellent movie that they did. I would also like to see them do a movie about Slade.
Yes.
Deathstroke. Yeah, I would love to really see it, but it'd have to be the proper writing. And if they were to do a movie about him, I think he's another one of those ones where he doesn't get the credit that's due. Because even every time he goes up against Batman, they say, Batman does this and that. But Slade is amazing.
Man, he is so sick.
Oh my goodness.
God, he's sick.
Yes.
Have you ever seen you've probably seen this TV show. It's called Titans.
Yes.
But then also there's been multiple animation series. There was one animation series in particular when Bruce Wayne's son, Ra's al Ghul, is killed by Slade Wilson. It's an assassination. You probably know what I'm talking about. Batman versus Robin, I think. Maybe, I'm not sure. Or Batman or something. But, dude, I had a newfound respect for Slade Wilson, for Deathstroke. That dude is sick, man. Are you kidding me? Ooh. Yeah, I don't understand DC. I mean, what is they thinking, man? I really don't get these dudes, man. They don't. It's like they don't plan stuff out, man. They just have no plan.
I don't know if they just got rid of all the writers that they had, because I was a huge fan, and I even showed this to my son of Justice League and Justice League Unlimited, that animated series.
Oh my God, Dwayne McDuffie and James Tucker. Ooh, Bruce Trim. Amazing. Oh my God.
You can even go back to Batman, the animated series. I mean, those 3 right there are some of my best, animated series that I've ever seen. And I just wonder, what happened to the writing on that? I mean, because you should have brought all those writers and just walked them right on down the hall to the movie aspect and said, look, we want you guys to just control all this, just continue the momentum going. Because those guys, the way that they would tie stuff in, you would see something in one episode and they wouldn't talk about it for a few more episodes down the line. They would implement that. You're like, oh, I remember that. And it was just so amazing. But yeah, that's
incredible. They are just notorious for just messing up. I mean, I don't understand how hard it is for you to take talent from one side of the movie to another. And also, you said this before, Warner Brothers, man, they are always getting their own way, dude.
Oh my goodness.
It's like, I'm gonna tell you this right now. You know, you got this movie with The Rock coming out called Black Adam.
Yes.
I know it's gonna be good, but the only reason why that movie is gonna be good is because of The Rock, not because of DC.
Yes, exactly.
Not because of DC.
Yes.
Because those idiots, they'll probably mess it up.
Yes. And that's what they're known for.
They're known for just messing up.
Movies, all that stuff. It's just garbage. I mean,
it's garbage, man. I mean, dude, how many times are you gonna do Batman? Look, you've got they're literally doing a rotation. Batman, Wonder Woman, not Wonder Woman, but Batman and Superman. When you gonna do Green Lantern, John Stewart? When they finally coming out with a Flash movie. And I don't know, man. That Flash movie looks sketchy, man. I don't know, bro. That just looks suspect. I don't know about that one. I'm not digging that at all.
That's gonna be one of those ones I'm gonna do a hard pass on.
I'm gonna pass on that. I'm gonna wait for it to be get on Redbox or something, man.
Exactly. I think we should have went with the same Flash.
Same character, same actor. And it's funny too. It wasn't the actors that was the problem with the movie. It was the writing.
Yes,
I'm not hating, but I'm not a big Zack Snyder fan. I just man, his movies storylines are always sorry.
There you
go. Like, dude, okay. If you're gonna let him direct, don't let him write. If you're gonna let him write, don't let him direct. Don't let him do both.
Exactly.
Because let me tell you, remember Dawn of Justice, Superman versus Batman? I mean, that movie was trash.
Yes,
my brother till this day, his most irritating moment was when they said to each other, "My mama's name is Martha and your mama's name is Martha." What's that got to do with anything?
Exactly.
I'm like, what?
Yes. I mean, it really stood out to me, and I brought this up to people. I said, now remember they showed in previous movies that Superman, he was sitting up in space and he could hear what was going on Earth and everything else. Now, how is it with all these abilities that he has, his mother is being kidnapped and she's yelling? How does he not hear that? It doesn't matter where he's at on the planet.
You got to be kidding me.
Voice from anywhere.
Oh my God. It's crazy. But I will give you props on this. Give them props on this. Now there's a new TV show, Superman and Lois. That show is good. Okay. Oh, that show is fire. Now that's Superman right there. Now that brother's doing a great job over there. That could be whoever's writing that storyline. That's who they need to get to write the Justice League movie and the next Superman movie. They got to get these corny dudes out of the way and put some real talent. Like the guys that did the Avengers sequence, the whole entire Avengers series, the Russo dudes. Take them dudes and put them on Justice League and get the hell out of the way. And if they say they need $1 billion to make the movie, give them $1 billion. I think what's with Warner Brothers, they're cheap. They are nickel and diamond dudes, man.
Yes,
they're like the Cincinnati Bengals from the NFL. They never want to spend any money, but they want to win. How you gonna win? You ain't getting them players. You know what I mean?
That's not gonna happen.
Yes. I'm telling you this right now, so we know. In the future, there's no way I will ever allow myself to allow my characters from the Karjakz universe to have anything to do with any DC characters unless I put some heavy stipulations. Get the hell out of the way. You ain't directing nothing. Just shut the hell up and let me do my thing.
Yes.
I'm not letting. I'll associate with Marvel, but I don't want nothing to do with DC because they some corny cornballs.
Exactly. Yes.
They are good for messing up a movie.
Yes.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Aquaman was pretty good. I'm not gonna hate on that one. That was pretty good. Aside from that, man, dude, how long we gonna keep seeing Batman? How many reboots of Batman can you do?
Over
and over.
That shows you the lack of creativity.
Man.
Like, for me, getting back to the ladies, I would love to see something. I mean, even if you just
Catwoman.
Catwoman, or even, you know what? I would like to see Vixen.
Yes, Vixen. Thank you.
Or
Martian Manhunter. Martian Manhunter's right there. Who else can I think of? Let me see. Green Lantern, John Stewart.
Yes.
Even Booster Gold, or the Atom, or Hawk Girl. You know how sick of a movie Hawk Girl would be?
Yes. Exactly.
Get you ever seen this movie? Who's this lady? Aquaman. The woman that played the woman with the water powers.
Yes.
She would make a great Hawk Girl.
There you go. Exactly.
Green Lantern, John Stewart. Just get it's just Alba. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I mean, they make this thing like rocket science.
Yes.
It's so stupid.
Wow. Yeah.
Oh my God, DC just infuriates people, man. That's all I gotta say. But that concludes our show, y'all. I think we've chopped it up everything we can. Man, I want to thank you for being on the show again. We're gonna have you on again. He's got the Karjakz tank top. Even though that's a classic, y'all, we don't make those no more, but we make newer, better stuff.
There you go.
You know, I'm gonna show you this because I wanted to show you. Look at the new batas too.
Those is tight. I love
I just
those.
wanted you to see them.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Those
So our fans can
great.
see them too. These are the high tops, right? Now let me show you low top platinums. These are the low top platinums.
Those are nice.
They come in all kinds of cactus. So this is a black trim, but we also have it in the white trim too.
Yes.
These are the regular batas twos. You know what I'm saying? The grayscales. So you can see the art on there. You know what I mean? I mean, it's just, we're not playing no games with these shoes. I mean, these shoes, I guess I was wearing it today. I went to Home Depot today and some lady was complimenting on them. It was like, man, these shoes are sick. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and then of course you got the originals, the OGs, the Batas ones.
There you
these
go.
Are the Batas ones right here.
Yes.
These are the first ones ever made. These, I call these the Chuck Taylors. You know what I mean? So I wear these too. So that's what we're doing over here at Asana Vision, man. You know what I'm saying? We're growing different stuff. So, you know, check out the website. I'm gonna definitely tell you to check it out, man. But you know, I would thank you for being on again, for being my big bro, for being in my corner, man. You know what I'm saying? I know you're waiting on the book. The book is doing great. Like I said, it's done, but I'm going through a correction phase. And bro, let me tell you, correction, man, I saw some of my grammar. I'm like, I can't spell worth a lick. Woo. I'm like, that's horrible. Like I spelled the word initiating. Man, you should have seen the way I spelled it. I was like, oh my God, this is so bad. I mean, I generally don't care because I'm sure people would have read the book like that. They were like, oh yeah, he's trying to say initiating. Like, I'm not trying to be perfect. I'm just trying to not be a complete klutz.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm not trying to be perfect. I just don't want to be a complete klutz either. You know what I mean? So that's where we're at with this. You know, like I say again, once, so thank you for being in my corner, man, and give my greetings to the family, man. And I can't wait for us to do another episode again. So y'all, don't be shocked if you see him again on the show in about 2 episodes, because I'm gonna work on this Karjakz versus Avengers round 3, and then we're gonna gotta try to get a third person in there. Maybe your dad wants to do it. I'll find somebody, man, to be a third person, so we can get a third wheel up in here and have a judge. We literally want to have a judge up in here, so that way we don't feel like we're the judges. You know, I feel like on this podcast we were like the judge, jury, and executioner. Exactly. We were like, these dudes are deciding their own things. Like, whatever, man. We do what we got to do. So, you know, thanks for being on, and just thanks for being a supporter, man. And I appreciate your is fanhood a word? I don't even know if that's a word. But just being a fan that became a brother that's just telling me like you can do it, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember meeting you, man, and it wasn't because I've known you for almost 8 years now. I think it's 8 or 9 years, and that same time you came around to know you is when Karjakz Assassin took off. Because WonderCon 2015, I think, that I met you, man. And that's when it just became a rocket fuel. There it is. It's like, you know, I spent 2 hours talking to you about these characters, what they could do, and you were just so amazed.
Exactly.
And a lot of people don't know this, but I'm gonna tell the short story version. But when I created these characters, I saw a hole, but I was trying to decide, should I draw African American characters or should I just take the punk way out like everybody else does and draw a bunch of white people? I said, you know what? Let's make this hard. Because I was like, what's the point of me doing this? If I don't make people that look like me? That's really what happened. I just wanted to draw people that look like me. I really didn't care about like, are they better than anybody else? I just said, what can I do to make them look cool? Because I wasn't just disgusted with the fact there wasn't anybody that looked like me, but it's the way they were drawn that pissed me off. Man, it used to big noses, small lips, big lips. I mean, just all kinds of stupid stereotypical stuff. And I said, I'm gonna put that to the end. I'm not gonna complain about it. I'm gonna do something about it.
That's it.
I'm basically trying to build a pipeline. Is what I'm doing. It's a pipeline. Is what I've built. So you know, I'm gonna keep on keeping on. This book is gonna be a game changer, bro.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. I don't know if you see the bomber jacket, the platinum bomber jacket. This is what I was talking about right here. And this right here is an all-star limited edition t-shirt. We got Mega Man, Karjakz Assassins, Turtles, Iron Man, War Machine, Batman, everybody you can think of. You know what I mean? So check out the website when you got time. And give my greetings to everybody, man. So I want to thank you for being on, man, and stay awesome, brother. And I can't wait to have you on the show again, man.
Oh yeah.
Thank you so much. Yes, sir. So y'all, before we get up out of here, we're gonna thank these sponsors, pay these bills. This podcast is brought to you by A4 Capital Consulting. Growing good business anywhere and everywhere. Let A4 Capital Consulting take your business to the next level. That's A4CapitalConsulting.com for details, y'all. That's A4 Capital Consulting for details.com. Go to A4CapitalConsulting.com, y'all. And this podcast is also brought to you by Anadel for the Nackle. Don't live with foot pain. Let Anadel foot and ankle make your feet happy again. That's AnadaleCenter.com for details, y'all. That's AnadaleCenter.com for details. So, y'all, I want to thank y'all for listening. This podcast is produced, written, and directed by yours truly, Adewale Booker Jr. Please, I want to thank our guest today, Mr. Ahmad Williams, for being so awesome on the show today. Please check out our website at sunnisvisionshop.com or sunnisvision.com. And please subscribe to our podcast wherever you listen, whether it's Amazon, Deezer, Spotify, Apple. And you can always check out our latest episodes on sunnisvision.com. Please check out our social media platforms at Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, all at SunnisVision. And please don't forget to review us, rate us, give us a 5-star. Don't be a hater. And as always, continue to aspire and achieve. Have a great week. Stay safe, y'all. Peace.